Welcome back to my Vision News. Some news stories for you. First one is from Tigray. Tigray regional government, Tigray president, regional president, Debretsion Mikhail spoke a few hours ago about the implementation of peace agreement. He tried to clarify the situation. He tried to address some concerns and rumors. We reported around 2 days ago that Tigray forces had surrendered some of their heavy weapons to Ethiopian National Defense Force. What did Debretsion say in his talk today? Secondly, a former top leader of the TPLF, Tigray People Liberation Front, has sued Ethiopian Federal Police. What happened? And thirdly, viewers, more than a week ago, Ethiopian Prime Minister formed National Anti-Corruption Committee, which has started its work today. Tamasgen Tirone, Ethiopian Intelligence Agency Chief, and Gideon Timotheus, Justice Minister of Ethiopia, held a joint press briefing. At least one top-level arrest has been made by this committee. Firstly, viewers, surrendering of heavy weapons and other points were addressed by Tigray Regional President Debretsion Mikhail a few hours ago. He spoke about the implementation of peace agreement. He said that aid was arriving in Tigray, but a lot needed to be done. Delivery was not as fast as it should be. Secondly, he talked about disengagement. Yesterday, Tigray regional government reported that its forces had withdrawn from 7 fronts. Disengagement was confirmed by Tigray regional government yesterday. And Debretsion again said today that disengagement was done, and that Tigray fighters were being moved from front lines to some camps. And then he addressed the surrendering of heavy weapon claims. We reported around 2 days ago that Tigray forces had surrendered some heavy weapons in Mihoni. But Debretsion rejected these reports as rumors. He said that Tigray regional government has collected heavy weapons, maybe in Makale or some other place. And Olusegun Obasanjo, African Union High Representative, who visited Tigray a few days ago, he was shown the collected heavy weapons by Tigray regional government. But surrendering of heavy weapons to ENDF and withdrawal of Eritrean military and Amhara forces from Tigray would be concurrent. Simultaneously, both things will be carried out. So he denied having surrendered any heavy weapons to Ethiopian National Defense Force. Now, whether or not we agree with Debretsion's claim of surrendering no heavy weapons to Ethiopian National Defense Force, this is Tigray government's official position, that it is still in possession of all heavy weapons and obviously then small arms as well. So the only implementation of the agreement is that Tigray forces and ENDF have been disengaged. That ceasefire is holding. There is no fighting, no exchange of fire on any front. But TDF, if it has withdrawn, it has from some fronts. So who is in control of those fronts? If there was fighting close to Zilambasa between Tigray forces and Eritrean military or ENDF, and TDF has withdrawn. So who is in control of the area now? Is Tigray police deployed there? Is ENDF deployed there? Is Eritrean military deployed there? several questions. And secondly, he urged African Union, the mediators, the international community to ensure verified withdrawal of foreign forces and non-ENDF forces from Tigray. Let's see, this is a Tigray government's official position, though some developments are taking place in the background. Gradually, things will come out. Secondly, viewers, a former top TPLF leader has sued federal police. Name of this top former TPLF leader is Sebhat Nega, one of the senior most leaders of Tigray People Vision Fund. Some say he is one of the richest men in Ethiopia too. He was arrested last year, I think. Then he was released. Earlier this year, in January, I think he was released. He and 4 other TPLF leaders were granted pardon by Ethiopian government. He was released on grounds of mercy, on grounds of poor health. And then he tried to depart Ethiopia. But he was stopped at an airport from where he was trying to leave Ethiopia. That is why he was stopped by Ethiopian police. That is why he has sued the police at a court. Proceedings are underway. Will court allow him to travel abroad? He says that he needs medical assistance. That is why he wants to travel abroad. Let's see, will the government, obviously government will make a decision about allowing him to travel abroad or not. Courts are under the control of government, we know that in Ethiopia. Will government allow him to travel abroad? That remains to be seen. Lastly, viewers, more than a week ago, Ethiopian PM Abiy announced the formation of National Anti-Corruption Committee with top Ethiopian government officials as members. Tamasgen Tirone, Ethiopian intelligence agency chief, is one of top members of the committee. Gideon Timotheus, Justice Minister of Ethiopia, another member. And back then, a week ago, PM Abiy said that corruption was a national threat to national security. It seems that this committee has started its work. At least one top-level arrest has been made by this committee. Today, Tamasgen Tirone, intelligence chief, and Gideon Timotheus held a press briefing and they shared details. They said that the committee was actively working and those black sheeps who are in justice sector, security sector, land record sector, other sectors, they are being hunted down by this committee. At least one top-level arrest has been made by this committee so far. Director of Finance Security Services has been arrested. His name is Theodorus Bakelem. He is in custody. He is being charged with corruption and fraud. So the committee is working. But we'll have to wait and see, can this committee bring about any real change in Ethiopia? Can it continue its operations against all groups in Ethiopia? Powerful elite of Ethiopia, ruling elite, ruling political elite, ruling establishment, ruling judiciary, can it be brought to justice by this committee? Too early to say. I think government will try to use the reports, the actions of this committee to prop up its image on international level, that government is curbing corruption, it is controlling corruption. That is why international community should support the government, Ethiopian government, which is in dire need of financial aid. This month in December, government will have to pay more than 300 million US dollars to the countries which gave loans to Ethiopian government. Can Ethiopia manage such big loan repayments? That's a very important question. Ethiopia in dire need of urgent financial aid. Who will give this aid to Ethiopia? US, EU, some Middle Eastern country? Let's see. But Ethiopia is trying its best to convince the international partners for receiving financial assistance, not through aid organizations. Ethiopia needs direct financial aid from some foreign partner. Thank you for watching.